Hello everybody and welcome to my first DeFi news 5 under 10. I know it was supposed to be 5 under 5, but pushing the 5 articles into 5 minutes just made me rush through them, and I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't get the information out of it, and it just wasn't nice to listen to. So I'm going to try and keep it as close to 5 minutes as possible, but just for the sake of it, I call it 5 under 10. Now, the 5 articles I've picked here today regarding DeFi are Elrond to launch gold and silver backed DeFi, Aave to launch permissioned deployment for institutions in July, Aave maker Uniswap comp, what this metric means for DeFi blue chips, Ether price hits 2-week high as London hard fork momentum builds, and lastly Tron's TRX total value locked in DeFi exceeds 8 billion. Alright, let's gonna jump straight in, keep this one nice and short. So as I said, the first one is Elrond to launch gold and silver backed DeFi. Actually, one thing before I kind of continue, all of these articles will obviously be linked down below in the description as well. If you want to read go into more detail, I'm just gonna skim over the important parts. All right, so down here, Elrond has gone into partnership with UK fintech firm Auris that facilitates the tokenization of precious metals and commodities. They're looking into 3 tokens. The tokens they're looking at are for gold, silver, and platinum. They will be called AWG, AWS, and AWP. AWS could be a bit confusing, but Amazon Web Services, but has nothing to do with it here. So the good thing here is that the tokens will be backed by 1 gram of the representative precious metals. Also, the precious metal backed tokens will be made available on Elrond's Mayar, I hope that I'm pronouncing that okay, exchange and automated market maker, which was unveiled in April. And the Elrond CEO, Benjamin Mintu, hope I pronounced that as well correctly, said that traditional assets such as gold and silver will gain liquidity through DeFi, which I think will be pretty interesting. Obviously, with Bitcoin claiming the store of value. But if gold, silver, and other assets like that get more liquidity, who knows what might change. Okay, next up, Aave to launch permission deployment for institutions in July. So leading DeFi money market Aave has announced plans to launch a permissioned version of its platform for institutions investors this month. It was revealed that Aave's institutional product is going to be called Aave Pro, and it intends to launch this month in response to extensive demand from various institutions. At launch, Aave Pro will only support 4 assets, so BTC, ETH, Aave, and USDC, with its pool segregated from Aave's other deployments. And the platform will add a whitelisting layer onto its V2 smart contracts to ensure that only institutions, corporates, and fintechs that have passed Fireblocks Know Your Customer verification can access Aave Pro. And Fireblocks will also be tasked with implementing anti-money laundering and anti-fraud controls for Aave Pro as well. Now, I thought that was also very interesting. Now you can see like the more focus is coming on the anti-money laundering and Know Your Customer. As well as institutional demand. Okay, next one up is Aave maker Uniswap comp, what this metric means for DeFi blue chips. So in a recent report, as I say here, that report is a sentiment report. This is going to be a short one. They highlighted that Maker's daily active addresses were up by 97% in the last week, along with a sharp spike in other DeFi tokens. Now, as you can see below, I've got them here. So that's Aave is up 24.1%, Maker is up 97% as mentioned before, and Uniswap is up 72.5%, and Comp is up 72.8%. So I just wanted to kind of point out here that there's a lot of new addresses being created, which to me kind of shows that there is a lot of interest in DeFi. Okay, next one up is the Ether price hits 2-week high as London hard fork momentum builds. So Ether's ETH, 230 million options expiry on Friday appears to have shifted market sentiment in favor of the bulls, at least momentarily, as investors remain cautiously optimistic about upcoming London hard fork and the prospect of Bitcoin, BTC, has established a firm bottom. So it looks like Bitcoin has bottomed out, and people are getting more confident in Ethereum. The DeFi market, which I've been talking about a minute ago for the last couple of minutes, which has largely been built on top of Ethereum, saw cumulative gains of 9% on Sunday. The total market value of the DeFi coins is now 67.3 billion, and that's according to CoinGecko. And meanwhile, Bitcoin's price crossed the 35,600, having gained 2.6%. Now back to the London hard fork. Ethereum's London hard fork, which contains highly anticipated EIP 1559, launched on Ropsten testnet on June 24th, setting the stage for full mainnet adoption later in July, so that would be this month. The hard fork is anticipated to have a positive impact on Ether's value, thanks to several proposal upgrades, including the transition to eco-friendly proof of stake consensus and a new scarcity feature that will reduce the number of tokens in circulation. So why I picked this one out, I thought it might be good to know. A couple of things here. So obviously the move from proof of work to proof of stake, but also the new scarcity feature. I thought that was quite interesting. And then the last one I've here today is about Tron, and that's about the total value locked in DeFi. So as you can see here, the Tron TRX network has reached a new milestone in the form of total value locked on its DeFi ecosystem. According to tronscan.org, the total value locked on the Tron network now stands at 8.096 billion, as seen in the following screenshot. Right, so you can see that down here. And then the last part here is the Tron continues to expand its stablecoin offerings. So you can kind of see here just an overview of TRC20 Tether is 31.9 billion, TRC20 True USD is 322 million, TRC20 USDJ is 269 million, and TRC20 USD coin is 108 million. Okay, that's it for today on the update for DeFi. As I said before, all the articles will be linked down below in the description. Hope you like it. Love to get some feedback, and yeah, make sure to check out the other ones. All right, guys. Bye bye.